Hi Leo, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing you recognizing that, okay, I feel like we have a whole story here already. For some of you, there was somebody in your life that you recognize, like, I'm not really going to get what I need from this person. And, like, even though it may be, like, really fun to hang around them or be with them, I know that, like, if it comes to me looking for a deeper commitment, I'm not going to find that with this person. This can also be, my ear is ringing, this can also be you being in a place, too, where you recognize, like, hey, if I keep living out this lifestyle or within this particular frequency, like, I'm not going to really find what I'm looking for. Because I'm seeing, like, emotional fulfillment be coming up for you, and, like, satisfaction, and you finding something that you can, like, connect with intimately, where your heart is really involved. I'm seeing this become, like, more of a pressing matter right now. So you may realize, like, hey, if I keep continuing the relationship like it is with this person, or if I keep acting like this, I'm not really going to find what I'm looking for. So something's not, you may be kind of like growing out or growing away from something now. Something, someone. But it's less about a someone and more about, like, I don't want to be in that frequency anymore, only because I'm looking for something different. So this isn't about, like, demonizing anything or making it be, like, bad or good or anything like that. It's more so, like, that thing isn't resonating with me anymore, and I want to find something that I can connect with, something that is resonating with me, and so I know that I need to move on from this in order to find what I'm looking for. This is where I'm seeing things going, okay? Whatever that was that you were doing before, though, it could have definitely been something fun for you, but it looks like you're in a space where you're looking for something deeper now. And there may be kind of like a pressing matter that's coming up that can't really be ignored, that may have sort of like pushed you in this direction. Maybe this is also to avoid a tower too, because towers happen when like, it can be something on our end where we kind of, like, lack foresight into a situation, and we don't really think about the outcome, and we're like, oh yeah, this is going to get me what I want, and then, like, lo and behold, it ends up being the opposite of that, and you don't really quite get there. This may be in hopes of, like, not having to go through that experience anymore. Because sometimes, too, when we take like a shortcut, we can kind of go through a tower because we're not building something correctly, not taking the time to build it correctly. Okay, first card out. We are looking at the Knight of Pentacles. Relationships on the mind. Somebody may be proposing something to you. You may be making an offer to someone. Let's see. There's a desire for stability within a partnership, within a relationship. Okay. So if somebody came through and they made an offer, I'm seeing you think about this and be like, is this person kind of like matching my style, is what I'm hearing? Yeah, somebody may be remember, energies can be reversed, okay? I'm seeing somebody come through and make an offer, and I'm seeing you be in a space where you're thinking about this and being like, is this the Two of Cups for me? Do I really feel like that? This person coming through is stable. This person coming through means what they say. They're ready to show up, ready, willing, and able. This person definitely, like, craves a sense of stability. I'm getting strong earth energy here. We are also looking at Virgo. I'm seeing there be particular moves that you've been making that feel important to you, especially in relation to the type of life that you're trying to create for yourself. There can also be, like, business moves that you've been making too. Maybe, like, outside of your personal life. I get even the feeling of being like, I've learned my lesson when it comes to certain people that you've connected with. Because I'm seeing something kind of in the back of your head where you're like, I've already gone through that. Like, I don't want to have that type of karmic experience again. So that may be like something that's in the back of your mind as you're thinking about this. Because it looks like somebody's coming through and being like, hey, I feel connected with you in this way, or I feel very close to you. They're proposing something. So it seems even like, even if things have been like flowing with you and this person, somebody's coming through and like wanting something or being like, hey, we should do this or that should happen, or like, do you want to do this together? Whatever. There's like something more that's kind of happening where somebody's initiating something. It seems like this has also taken some time to develop. But yeah, in the back of your mind, I'm seeing like a past experience even that you've had that maybe this kind of reminds you of, and you're like, I am not trying to have that thing happen again. It may also kind of like ward you off at sometimes. You could also be thinking too, like, because of that last experience that I had, I haven't really been thinking about like partnerships or relationships in this way. So that may be something too. This is kind of like giving you a new perspective, or maybe making something an option that you hadn't really been considering before. Yeah, definitely getting a know better vibe. But I want to know, is this from your past or is this vibes you're getting from the current person? Because I'm seeing you are very, very familiar with a particular interpersonal karmic cycle that you do not want to repeat, and I'm seeing it was something super unpleasant that you were connected with before. A relationship. Whatever this is that's coming through for you, it's definitely helping you reflect, and you may be reflecting specifically on like an area of your life or even a perspective you have where you still feel a bit closed off to something. This would have been born through a past like unpleasant experience that you had. But now it's having you kind of review kind of like the leftover sentiment of something that may not be completely healed right now. Or it could just be something that puts you off in general. Even like a dislike for something that you know about, that you understand through experience. I'm seeing that I'm hearing this placement, interesting, maybe something in your birth chart, like gives you insight or wisdom that is connected with this. So now going a line down, I'm seeing that you're in a space when it comes to like roles that you've been playing, responsibilities. It looks like there's a strong like work theme that's playing out, like related to your business, Leo. And I'm seeing a new beginning for you. To even be stepping something up. You may be expanding your business. I'm seeing that this kind of like stands on the shoulders of what you've already built for yourself. Say for example, like for your job, you like customize shirts. It's like now you're not just going to be customizing shirts, you're also going to be like creating sweatpants too and selling that. It's like an expansion of the franchise is what I'm hearing. So I'm seeing there's like something that you're doing where there's an expansion and you feel like you're ready for this, and you even feel like this gives you more of it kind of like solidifies what you're doing, is how I see this. Like this would be a move where like you're even becoming more like corporate, for lack of a better word, with something. Like it's getting more official, or you feel more like maybe what you were doing before felt kind of like a junior type of job, and this feels like more of a senior type of job. I'm seeing like a development that's related to like your life and what you're producing, even what you're creating, and you could associate this with your legacy as well. I'm seeing like this be a strategic move, and there's also like an expansion or something becoming more serious. There could be like more money or resources that are involved, you in control of more things too, more of a sense of responsibility, but because of your past experience, you feel prepared for this. I'm also seeing you definitely like created the materialization of this manifestation too. There may be somebody that's like mentoring you or somebody that you're learning from. Maybe learning from multiple places. Okay. So there may actually be somebody that you kind of look up to in a way, or that has like, maybe they're in a similar field to you. They're doing something, or they do something, or they have experience in a field that you'd be interested in, something that's related to a role that you play now and connected with like even what you want to be building for yourself. I am seeing somebody that like there's a closeness that you feel with this person, even like on a deeper level. So like, I don't know how familiar you are with this person, but I'm seeing there's like a deeper connection that you have with them. And I'm seeing a conversation between you and this person. But I'm also seeing somebody be like a bit closed off at times. It even reminds me of like somebody that feels like uncomfortable at times with intimacy. Which is difficult because it's kind of like I almost get the vibe of you sort of like learning from this person, or like them modeling something for you that you're picking up on, but at the same time, it's like they may not be like completely forthcoming with you. Like, I'm getting something about like an attitude or a personality maybe that's like hard to work with. And I mean, like, I don't know if that's only aimed towards you. This may be like generally how they are. Like, they might come off as somebody being more like rough and closed off, and somebody that like kind of has a closed heart chakra. So let's use an example. You may be connecting with somebody that's very business savvy, but they would more so be like taking advantage of people sometimes, or like not worried about other people. And they're like, if I'm making money, that's all that matters. Like, you could be, even though like there's somebody that you could gain a lot of wisdom from, there may be certain things that you're like, I don't really like how you treat other people or something like that. But on like a business front, you may be able to like gain experience from this person through your relationship. And I mean, for some of you, this is like an older masculine figure. Like, it reminds me of like a grandfather or a father, something like that. Where when it comes to like water energy, you may not be down with how they work within that. But when it comes to like another area of their life, you may be like attracted to them, and they can actually like give you advice and wisdom, is what I'm seeing. And now you may like actually have the opportunity to connect with this person. But at the same time, again, like, I'm seeing you be sort of put off by something. But with the High Priestess, like, this may just be something that you're noticing, but you wouldn't say something. Like, what's going to be the point of calling them out, you know? If that's like just how the person is. I'm also seeing Taurus on the bottom of the deck. I'm seeing Virgo, Aries, and the Moon, and also Taurus on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something about starting something with this person. In some ways, you would feel quite guided. You know, what's interesting about this and what's coming to mind is that, like, we can have people in our lives that we can learn very, very great pieces of wisdom from, and you don't have to agree with everything that the person tells you, and that doesn't mean that you have to like throw out everything. It's like you just take bits and pieces of what resonates with you, and also keep in mind like, oh, that person is closed off there, and like, I don't agree with that, so I don't need to take that on, you know? Like, don't take on the projected energy. But at the same time, like, there may be some, like, key things actually that you are going to learn. I'm also hearing the vast majority, maybe the vast majority of information that you receive from this person. But yeah, there's like one sticking point that I'm seeing kind of bothers you, but I don't think you're necessarily going to do anything about that. Because in many ways you feel like this is the place you're meant to be. Like, you felt guided into this relationship. You may also, in some ways, kind of see yourself reflected in this person, even if, like, in other ways you don't. In some ways you actually do. And there is a sense of respect that you feel for this person, too. You may eventually call something out, but I don't know if you're there yet. It seems like something would have to kind of develop in order to take place. It may just be something that you have a knowing of, but you haven't, again, said anything about this. I will say this too, for some of you, this person may have had, like, beef, for lack of a better word, with somebody that you're close with. So this could be somebody that, like, maybe they didn't, like, necessarily treat you badly, but they treated, like, somebody that you're close with, I don't know, like, did something that you would know, but they may not know that you know, is what I'm seeing. Or, like, you know that, like, somebody that they had been close with in the past, like, how they treated somebody, or even, like, took advantage of them or something like that. It's like they did something that, like, a teammate wouldn't do. And they were, like, just looking out for themselves and maybe were, like, kind of selfish. But I'm getting, again, like, they may not know that you're aware of this. And you have an opportunity to be, like, with this person, and, like, eventually you may actually have a conversation with them about this thing that you know, but I'm seeing right now it's like they don't know that you know. Okay. You may be waiting until something develops more, waiting until you get more information. Something hasn't, like, developed enough for you to act on this yet, but I'm seeing you're in, like, research mode. Like, I'm seeing you just absorbing and picking up everything. This is feeling like real Scorpio to me here. Scorpio is, like, detective vibes. And to also have the Virgo, I'm feeling like you may be, like, being more quiet with this, like, more subtle even, like, calculated, which is also, yeah, I would not be surprised if Scorpio popped out. In order to lean towards a sense of harmony with you and this person, it does seem like a conversation is going to be had, but maybe rather than doing something that would be like an offensive move, you may be kind of, like, reorienting the way that you address this. Like, if I want peace, I need to approach this more peacefully. If I want harmony, I need to kind of, like, create that anchor and balance to transmute the energy with this person. It's like you being the alchemist very much. Like, if this person's coming through with this energy, what energy do I need to be in to, like, create this harmony? Because I'm also seeing you be, like, very wise when it comes to interpersonal dynamics as well, Leo. Like, I'm getting this, like, deep-seated, like, even emotional, psychological wisdom that you have of being able to kind of create what it is that you want. But yeah, this person may be, like, a bit triggering to you at times. Maybe feeling like that. I am too getting something about like a failed relationship or a failed marriage. Something even that was stepped away from. Yeah. Something about a commitment for sure. Or like a contract of people being together. Okay, now I'm seeing a message come through. For some of you, this is from your spirit guides. There's a notion of following your joy, following your happiness. Like, I'm seeing that come more into play here. Even though something has been going on that you may feel like hurt by or still dealing with the tension of. That's definitely a reverse. Yes. Something about like giving too much feeling without having boundaries. Which feels almost like a... when the Queen of Cups comes out upside down, like the Queen of Cups in a high vibration, right side up, is going to be somebody that's like nurturing and very intuitive and compassionate and also has strong boundaries. Because the Queen of Cups knows that in order to stay in their integrity, they need to have boundaries, and so they can feel everything that they feel while also not being taken advantage of because they know how to show up for themselves. It is going to be the opposite when the Queen of Cups comes out upside down. So the reverse of that would be somebody that's like feeling for everybody but lacking boundaries, and then constantly feeling like a victim or like a martyr, or like they're being taken advantage of. Like, I do everything for you and you don't do this for me. It's like very much one of those energies. It's honestly giving me like some like kind of narcissistic vibes, or like, you know, the empath and the narcissist, they're like both just two sides of the same coin, just like in polarity with one another. So that you may find this person kind of like on that frequency. Because one of them can be seen as being like very, very selfish and not thinking about another person and just taking advantage wherever they can, and very like ego related. And the other energy, like the opposite and equal energy, can be one as seen as doing like everything for everyone else and never anything for themselves. It's like it's just a shadow water energy. Okay. Constantly feeling like you're let down or disappointed. This means too, like doing things for people and being like, okay, because I'm doing this for you, I expect you to act this way. Or like, you're going to owe me later because of that. It's like one of those types of situations. But then constantly feeling like people let you down. Because again, like with the shadow water energy, I'm also getting like earth sign energy here too. It can be like doing things for people, but only in like a conditional way. Like if I do this thing and betray myself, I expect you to act this way about it. And then like when another person doesn't respond the way you want, being like, but I betrayed myself for you. And it's like, well, you should have had boundaries, you know, and not betrayed yourself. But again, it's the shadow energy of like not making that connection yet because it's still working like from a subconscious space. The whole notion of like living for other people and like a lack of living for oneself because of like a lack of like even self-value and love and whatnot. Can definitely be like a codependent energy as well. which is creating conflict. So this energy is creating conflict with like somebody that you're like trying to work things out with. I'm seeing there definitely be like love and a connection there, but something is becoming very complicated. Like something is disturbing the peace is what I'm seeing. But I'm seeing there be like an effort to try to work things out, like because of the connection that's there. It's just become like quite a complicated situation. So let's go over the signs quickly. I'm looking at Taurus, Virgo, Aries, and the moon. So somebody's coming through, proposing something to you. This looks like strong earth sign energy on this end. And I'm seeing something that you're thinking about. Like, even though this person is coming through, because like the person that's coming through, it seems very, very like solid and reliable, and somebody like being helpful and showing up, and somebody that you can trust. But I'm seeing you thinking about this because you're like, okay, if I end up taking them up on this, I know this is going to be a new beginning for me. This is going to be like a new chapter, and like, do I really want to sign on for that? So I'm seeing you like spending a lot of time thinking about this. So yeah, thinking about it all the way, playing the tape to the end until you make a choice. You may not have like given this person an answer or response yet because you're still thinking about this. And now I'm seeing a message that's coming up, and I'm seeing there be two people that are involved now. It looks like two people coming together or uniting in some way, or knowing that this is going to take like strategy and commitment and like discipline and hard work, but that if like one does that, they're going to be able to like manifest the type of like joy and happiness and fulfillment that they are trying to manifest. Now it's interesting because I'm seeing an energy pop up that may be like creating some sort of trouble within the dynamic, even if this is somebody from the outside. It's like this. Somebody may be coming through and giving you like well-intended bad advice. Because I'm seeing someone that's like, I'm just saying this because I care, but they may actually be like super unhelpful, and that's going to need to be called out. Whatever energy this is that's coming through. Because it's somebody that ultimately feels like a sense of jealousy about the relationship. Yeah, this reminds me of like some third party having a say about something that you have going on with somebody. And like the third party may be like I don't know, somebody that's involved, but I'm telling you, like, this person would be someone that like that shows up and is like, I'm the most caring person, like I care about, like I'm hearing like all of you kids, like I care about all of you guys. But then this is somebody that will get very like passive aggressive and like resentful and stuff like that, or like really hold a grudge and stuff like that, where it's like that doesn't seem very loving. And yeah, and just like hold anger and like be holding things against people. And like, as much as this person is coming through and like they're saying that they're trying to be helpful, this person may have like such a lack of self-awareness that they're not realizing that their vibe is like the opposite of being helpful. Because I'm seeing somebody that, even though it's interesting because it's such a dichotomy with this person, even though this person may see themselves as being like very, very in touch and very loving and very caring and very empathetic, their heart chakra is closed. And so even though this person may be like, see somebody on the street and be like, I know exactly what's in their head and what they're feeling and what energy is coming off, they're projecting so hard that they actually have no clue. This is how you know what, like, who this person is. So they may be saying like, I know that this isn't going to work out, or like whatever, but again, they're like projecting onto the relationship based off of like failed relationships that they've had, which is interesting, like how this energy is coming through. So yeah, if you have like somebody, again, like I'm seeing this be a third party, but not in a way where it's like this person is getting in the middle of your relationship, like like in a competitive way, or like they're not trying to steal your partner, so to speak. It's more so like I'm kind of getting like a parent coming through and like becoming the third party. That's what it seems like energetically anyway, because I mean these people can be whoever. That's just like kind of the vibe I'm getting, like somebody that would feel like they have like an exclusive right, somebody even feeling like entitled to give their opinion, but again, like you would know that this person is like closed off, but they may be instilling some sort of like fear into the dynamic. And I'm seeing somebody getting to the point where this is going to be called out, but you may be trying to like, you may be like, this is going to be disruptive, but I feel like it needs to be addressed. And like wanting to do this from the most loving place. This definitely took a turn that was not expected. Yeah. It seems like even though it's gonna rock the boat a bit, it needs to be called out and addressed, because I'm seeing like, first of all, this isn't about just like keeping the peace, because there's already like a lack of harmony that's happening. So by you calling this out, it's not going to create a lack of harmony. It's just going to like recognize and call it out what's already going on. It looks like there is going to be some sort of like falling out or argument or fighting that happens because of it, but these are like the first steps that need to be taken to address something, like a system that's already broken, is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing the Ace of Swords, so it's like, you know what you need to do here. Even if it may feel difficult, like I'm seeing there be like worry / anxiety or like sadness that's about this, and like having to address this. Like maybe wishing that this would be like an easier situation, but it is what it is. Because like what I'm seeing again is that even if you don't, by you addressing this, you are not creating a problem. There is already a problem that has been created. You would just be calling it out, which is going to be the first step of actually resolving this, okay? Because I will say this too, like you could have somebody around you being like, don't cause waves, don't create a problem. And it's like, there is already a problem. You're just naming it. And it needs to be done because like something needs to be brought to light. Because I'm seeing like something is very much like below the surface right now. And you're just like breaking the ice and bringing it out, which is going to ultimately help you like work through this, which I'm seeing is possible. It just may feel, it may feel hard. I'm seeing also just it may be hard too, like because of the events that have kind of been taking place. Like maybe having a hard time just because things don't feel like perfect right now, because this feels kind of like a tower where it's like I can't avoid the tower anymore. Like the tower is here happening, but I'm seeing like this shadow energy, like whoever is within this frequency, it's like they have been running around unchecked, and like this is how that energy is going to get checked, because I'm seeing that again, it's like whatever this person is doing, it's definitely been disturbing the peace, and it needs to be called out if you want to resolve this. And you want to just take your time with it and like do so in like a grounded, calm manner. Like you want to be more like cerebral with the way that you deal with this. Interesting. Okay, Leo, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.